Hey everyone, we're the Bearded Bastards with the Villains Man, bringing you our D&D 5th edition game, The Ancient Roar Reborn. We would like to thank Tabletop Audio for the music that you will hear at the beginning of this video already, and more likely the music at the end of the video you'll hear. The guys are really cool if you like to listen to music while you play. If you even want to use your music for your own videos, email the guys. They're pretty cool and laid back about anything. But with that being said, I'm your DM, JVD.
Hey guys, I'm Evan the Great for the Villains Demand. I play yours truly, the Elven Bard / Paladin Luna Silverstring. Things are getting dicey, and if you want to meet the Villains Demand in person, come to Cape Comic Con. We have dates eventually.
Hey, I'm the Bearded Wanderer with the Villains Demand, and I'm playing Vesper North, the Moon Elf Rogue, and she'll probably get kicked out of this meeting.
I'm playing Smiley. I am Smiley, playing Odin's White Hammer.
Smiley, played by word.
They handled the Zalto a bit better than Ord thought they would. Let's see how they handle a fire giant.
Well, let's see, in Vesper you was like, oh, I'll probably get kicked out of this. But if you didn't get kicked out of that one, I don't think you'll get kicked out of this one.
Right.
But, give us a recap.
Alright, so we had woke up and we came to the meeting where Akaria from the Zent wanted a seat on the council, so we brought her, and now she has just got the seat on the Lord's Alliance. And now we have to discuss Duke Zalto, the fire giant, getting a seat on the Lord's Alliance.
Okay, and that's where we'll start. After the vote is ended for Akria to sit on the part of the Zentarum on Lord's Alliance, Lady Silverhand asked who are the rest of the people with you. By the way, I'd like to tell you guys this. I meant to say something. It's the 10th of Hammer. The year's turned to 1490, Del reckoning, the year of the Star Walker's return. So just so you know, you guys have turned the new year.
Star Walkers. That's hilarious.
So, shall I ask?
These are a token of peace from Duke Zalto of Iron Slag.
Everybody kind of doesn't really know what Iron Slag is. There's a lot of odd looks. When you say this, Hornblade has a very stern look on his face when you say this.
As an offering of peace, he released all slaves of the fire giants.
Also, with a stern look on their face is Delone Winterhound from the Emerald Enclave, him and Elhilary, and King Meladrach of the Misty Forest. He's here to represent the High Elves. They're giving stern looks when you say this. When you say fire giant, that really captures the attention of the Twin Queen Battlehammer. But when you say free slaves, like you see, basically they're like, what?
He freed 124 slaves, all the slaves of the fire giants.
Hornblade says that must be trickery. There's no way. Silverhand's like, silence. If the Zentarium are here on peaceful terms, let's hear this out.
The ordning of the giants has been broken.
You see the Battlehammer sisters look at each other with concern when you say this, as do the rest of the people mentioned. And as you say this, Sir Estebal kind of leans in and rests his chin in his hand and looks at you curiously when you say this.
Before we continue, if you would like, cast a zone of truth, so you know all we say is honesty.
You can tell never really wants to say something.
We have no reason to lie.
And Beelson speaks up. He says, and I have been honest with everybody here of your exploits and giving them everything that you've told me. There's no reason not to believe them. And about this time,
I want there to be no trickery, and I want everything to be said to be known to be honest.
Hidaria Reverend speaks up. He says, yes, we are here on behalf of Duke Zalto. I am his envoy. And yes, he did free us. I was there for well over a year. The others can testify to how long they were there.
One of them's an orc from
Yeah.
before.
And
This
he's like,
is-
yo,
This is Von Bin, Runaheim, Darnella, Shadowcloak, Vera, Umbadabar?
Bodobin.
Oh, that my handle.
Yeah, that's one of them weird ones to
Bodobin.
pronounce. I don't know, randomly come out like that. And they all kind of nod.
Adbar, Sundabar, and Newfort, respectively.
He has a weapon to use against Tiamat.
The more you keep speaking of this, Talbridge's and Malbridge's battle hammer, the grim looks of concern on their face as you keep speaking about this. It's very apparent. Like everybody on the council here said. Also, Hornblade of Silvery Moon looks very concerned as you talk about this.
He wishes peace and an alliance, a truce. He can end all of the giants' attacks.
As soon as you're talking, both Queen Battlehammers like, you can never trust a giant.
You can never
trust a
Zit
giant.
either, but she got a seat.
And they kind of look at each other. We didn't want her on the council.
Do you want Tiamat
I
to
don't
come
want her on
back?
the council, but she has what we need. And Zalto has a way to fight the dragons, not the cultists, but the dragons themselves, including Tiamat itself.
And has anybody here ever fought a dragon?
Hornblade raises his hand.
Then you know it's no easy task.
Esteban raises his hand.
I mean, I knew he
Esteban's like, yes, I can attest. There is no easy way to fight a worm of any size, of any age.
True, and we fought and killed 3.
And he was like, and with that, the Queen of Dragons, a god herself,
Is at least 20 times as powerful as the dragons we
if not 100.
We
I think, and then at that time, with her, she will call all of evil dragonkind to her side. It's not just a war against her. It's a war against the most destructive beast in all of the world.
And who knows if she can pull dragons from other planes?
Exactly. I have tried to warn you guys of this ever since I've gotten here. And now when you listen, this fire giant has a weapon designed to kill a god. We need to trust him.
He has realized that Tiamat is way more important than anything right now. She has to be stopped.
And Lady Silverhand will nod her head. She's like, agreed. He's like, but, and as soon as she does, the Twin Queens cut her off. What does he want? What's his play? He's not going to give away these slaves without something in exchange.
He wants us.
Ord will build him.
No? What was I gonna say?
I'm gonna say Ord will build him machines that can do the work of slaves, so their forges can keep going. That was
The envoy who will shake his head. Duke Zalto has agreed to such a thing. That Ord Whitehammer has agreed to be in his service until such deed is completed.
Aye.
Continue on.
By my estimation, it'll take roughly 2.5 years. That's what I think.
But he's fine with this. He has ogres right now doing the work, but not as slaves.
He's using the lesser of his kin to do the work of all the slaves.
Hornblade speaks up. And what of the weapon when the war is over?
Well, I'm pretty sure if he does not keep his word, the weapon will be much easier to fight than a god.
He says, will it? If the weapon is built to destroy a god? What are we to that
It can't
weapon?
destroy the god. It will help destroy the god.
But still, what if we do prevail?
Zalto is more concerned with his own kind than the smaller folk.
But who says that doesn't change when the
He
war is
wants
over?
to be-
Do you not see what they've done? They have went through many of the town, stealing things. They're looking for something.
Yes, and that's what they have built.
How do we know that he won't quit raising towns to find the pieces of this thing?
He's already
No, he
He
doesn't.
already has all the pieces.
I don't think so.
No, he doesn't have all these yet.
Wait till you tell me.
If you see fire giants marching to your walls, do you wait to see what they want?
He says, no.
No,
We prepare for war. We prepare for the battle of our lives. I mean, that is all that these fire giants are known for.
but wouldn't you
They're
rather,
warmongers.
But wouldn't you rather, when they come,
So who's to say that's
to just give them a piece of equipment that they need than to fight them and be allies?
When have they ever come asking for such a thing?
now?
Now,
And what proof do we have of this?
he said his
He
slaves.
sent his
free.
slaves. He sent an envoy.
He says, there has to be a catch.
We met him and he let us walk out.
And he said, he said, you also met the Zen at the table. They let you walk out as well. How do you know they're not playing any of you?
They're playing everybody. Everybody here at this table is playing somebody for their own gain, are they not?
We are a world at war, with gods on the table. Mankind is not enough to fight a god. We can handle cultists and fodder, but one dragon is more than a match for one man. But one giant, when he can rally all of giant kind with his weapon, one giant is a match for a dragon. The bigger the dragon, there are a few more giants.
Darius, he speaks up and he says, Zalto has spoken to me of such a thing is to come up. It's peace. If we find a peace that we need for the bottom god, he will gladly approach where it's at peacefully. But this is a message that needs to quickly be sent out amongst the realms.
Aye.
Because if your people attack while we do not provoke them,
It will-
Zalto will see it as a sign of war. And he looks at you guys, he's like, you've already seen the machine. Do you not have any doubt if he's provoked that he will turn it against you?
You'll wipe
And that
out,
is not what Zalto wants.
you'll wipe out any city with that. Anybody's city in this council.
And even if we do defeat it,
But no, I'm here to speak on Zalto's behalf until he has a seat. Zalto will not raise any city. All cities will be protected by him. He says,
he'll keep the other giants out.
yes, once he brings them all under his control.
His first order with the completion of Ordenod is to raid in the frost giants that are still attacking.
Never remember ask. I have dealt with such things that cause so much catastrophe. Neverwinter was burnt down by Primordial. He said if this thing was to go out of control or someone would fall into its wrong hands, and he looks at Acria and she just smiles at him, how do we combat something like that?
We can combat it. It would just cost us a lot of lives, but better a lot of lives lost than all lives lost.
And he kind of gets quiet when you say that. Lady Silverhand, she speaks up. She says, "War the remaining pieces."
That I do not know.
They have yet to be
I'll turn
found.
to the envoy.
He says, "We do not know, but Zalto has devices that locate the metal. Metal is made of a specific metal, as the queens may tell you, and the dwarves present called adamantine. He has rods of detection that search for such things." He says, "Please spread it to all the villages, towns, cities, hamlets, all of them, east of here to Ironslag. Warn them of the fire giants. Have them meet them before they even reach the walls of town. And tell them they will gladly help them, and there will be no harm done." He says, "Now, what of the other thing?" And he kind of looks at you guys.
Yes. Would you like to tell them?
Everybody listens intently.
It's a very big thing, and we know
I
it
won't
won't
look
be
to the door
easy.
points. Do not point it like this.
I really
You look at
like
them
that.
and they look at you and never remember. You see him just kind of look, he says, "No."
Know what?
Like he kind of already, he feels what's about to be said.
We need Madeira.
It's to force the heart.
When you say that, Vesper, all three of them scream, no.
He'll give it back.
The way you
They look at you like you're a fool.
Do you want to all die from a dragon god?
He said, I've already witnessed a god crush the town I'm trying to protect when I was nothing but a child. He said,
Tiamat will be much worse.
will it?
Yes.
Will it? I've seen people I knew, people who took care of me, burned alive by this thing.
So have I from the fucking Xantarum, and you gave them a goddamn seat.
He gets real quiet at that. And Lady Silverhand kind of looks at him like, yeah, why don't she put you in her place? The Queen said, we do not know if Bruno will allow such a thing.
I understand.
The primordial does more than just rest.
It's right.
If you could ask the Arcane Brotherhood, and she motions towards Varys, that it fuels the tower in Luskan. It fuels the forges of Gauntlgrym.
We know it's a
It is
big
more
thing
than
that-
just a beast.
We know this.
No, it's a very intelligent being.
She's like, it's also a beast of pure chaos, pure rage and destruction. Do you know what it took to put the creature back? Our husband, the king of all of Gauntlgrym, the king of Belzoom, sacrificed his life only to be brought back by the blessing of dwarven gods to put the beast back in its place. Do you think that he will allow such a thing to happen again? Not only will it destroy our ancient dwarf home, it will destroy Neverwinter. It will destroy Luskan. We cannot stop it once it's free. How do we know that Zalto will not turn the thing against us and this machine he's building if we beat Tiamat?
What will Tiamat do?
Oh.
No, you don't know.
So if you do not cooperate with this table and with the Fire Giant King to get this primordial, I believe that he will forcefully go in there and take it. And then we'll have two problems on our hand.
Both the queens jump up and they both slam their fists on the table. Then he will die.
Or you will die.
You will die.
No.
This machine cannot be stopped.
When
If he gets
Tiamat
close
comes
enough,
back,
it'll rip that thing out of the
Machine's not
ground.
made. No, you
A
don't
little bit of
know.
blood.
Neverwinter speaks up. He says, you've already played your hand. The machine is not yet complete. Without the beast, he cannot complete the machine. Why should we fear this thing? And he looks to Queens and says, you have Neverwinter's army if such a thing comes to your doorstep.
Yes, and then when your army is decimated and Tiamat rises up, what then?
Then he joins. For all we know, he can join
You're
Tiamat at that
going,
point.
you're going the
Do
wrong
you-
way with this.
Do you worship Tiamat at that point to save your lives?
This isn't a matter of threats.
That's not a threat.
It sounds like
We're all gonna die.
He has to have that for the machine to work.
Would you rather something we
we
can
are
fight or something we
we are
can't?
backed into a corner. We need someone to trust. We can't do anything without trusting in each other and in others.
You keep going on and you notice the Order of the Gauntlet, they're shaking their head. The Harpers here are shaking their head. It might hurt you a little, but Varys and them just kind of look at you skeptically.
Yeah.
But I mean, you see there's a lot of mixed emotion here.
I have seen the destruction that a single dragon caused on a town. One that had a standing fortress and weapons at bay.
There's
There
some,
was nothing we could have done to it. And now you're telling me that we have to sit there and watch as it just happens again and again with no way to stop it. What happens when we cannot find the fortress or stop the crowns and Tiamat comes? We do not have a way to stop it. We will all die. This whole blasted world was gone in cinder and ash.
Oh, goddamn, that made me a little hot. Keep going.
be my man.
Hallelujah.
I've lost my best friend. The one person that gave me hope when the gods, the dwarven gods, abandoned me in the tunnels of the Felbar. Give his life to save mine. I'm not gonna let that sacrifice be in vain.
Anybody else?
If it means giving 2.5 years or my entire life to that damn fire giant, to build him the replacement for the slaves, to get a weapon to fight the god of blasted dragons, then that's a small price to pay.
Anybody else?
I agree. The dwarf speaks from his heart. Without that, we are all dead.
If you
So
treat
you're with us or you're against us, and I stand up beside him.
if you treat Duke Zalto with respect, I see no reason why he would ever eat anything from the small folk.
He opened us and he welcomed us into Iron Slab with open arms. He treated a dwarf cordially
He feasted with us.
before he even knew who we are or what we wanted.
Hornblade, he looks at you, he says, then what of the other races? What of the rest of giant kind? He says, we have noticed that most of giant kind has stopped their attacks. We have not seen the fire giants in quite some time. You obviously had stopped the hill giants, the Goldenfield. He's like, but to the north, past Neverwinter, past Gauntlgrym, the frost giants still raid.
Yes, but
They are
all
looking
frost
for
giants are
something.
bad.
He said that is true. We know you have met this Harshnag. He's like, but what of them? What if Zalto cannot pull them to their side? Obviously they are looking for something. They are taking people.
Yes, but once Anam restores the ordering and Duke Zalto is the top of the ordering, then the giants will obey him.
It is literally the divine law.
King Malandrach, he says, but how do we know what restores the ordning? How do we know that happens before Tiamat rises?
We have spoke to the oracle.
And what did the oracle tell you?
This breaking of the ordering was in order to rouse his lazy children from their complacency, because Tiamat was coming. Not might come, but was coming.
And he says, and such a thing has cost the lives of hundreds of people, innocent people. My people have suffered. Everyone here, I can guarantee, has known someone to suffer at the hands of giant kind, all because their god decided he wanted to rouse them from being lazy.
Their god didn't do it. Anam didn't tell them to murder innocent people.
But you just said that he was trying to wake them from their complacency, and look at the actions they've taken.
But do humans need any help from a god to kill each other just as much as giants kill people?
No.
Exactly.
He said, but could there not have been a more... Obviously the gods are at play. We realize this.
We're playthings to the gods.
He said, if Tiamat, this god of these dragons, can call to her people and organize them and figure out what they need to do, why could Anam not done the same with his people?
Well, have your gods done anything?
He said, my gods have sent me here.
What else have they done?
They have brought me and the Emerald Enclave together. We have also sided with Silvery Moon and the Council of the Marches.
And does that stop Tiamat?
No, but if this place don't, we will definitely try.
But trying doesn't always mean you will.
No, but all we can have is hope.
We'll try when we can.
And sometimes you have to have a little faith with that hope.
And I do. I've heard great things about you. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to take your side.
I'm not saying that we can trust Duke Zalto 100%. But the
I'm saying
enemy
he's
that
our
we
best
know
chance.
is better than the enemy we don't know.
This is very true. And when he says that, he looks to Akra and she can just smile.
Zalto is our best chance for winning this war,
He's a huge ally.
if the worst comes to pass.
Malbridges and Tanbridges speak up. The Dwarf King will not let the Primordial go. We will have to do it without this machine. And trust me, King Brunor knows war better than any of you on this table. He has warred against orcs. He's battled to reclaim Mithril Hall. He's battled in the War of the Silver Marches. You should know this, Whitehammer.
Every dwarf knows the stories.
Exactly. He knows war. Does he want war? No, but he will not release a beast that can cause destruction. We will find a way to do it without it. We will not take the aid of Zalto if he demands the primordial.
Then the sacred flame will steal it from you, I fear.
Who's the sacred flame?
I do not know.
We met them at
We follow y'all follow
Zalto's.
them.
They were offering to get the primordial. They were going to steal it. They're one with the flame, as far as we can tell.
Zalto preferred a more peaceful approach.
That's why we're here.
He said, they tell you, then we will send word to Gauntlgrym. No such beings will enter.
They
She
may have
said
already had.
if we can hold off the drow, if we can battle demons, then surely we can battle this eternal flame. Everybody, one of you guys, this is really good. I need two of you guys to try to roll me some aids, and then one of you guys needs to roll me a persuasion. So you got, I need a 10 on the persuasion if you're going to aid.
It's 2 plus charisma, so plus 6.
Mine's plus 5.
That hurt, dude. I should get higher.
Okay, hold up. Is there anything else you guys want to add before you start rolling dice here?
Yes.
Roland, Warren, I want you to give me an inspiration because, boy, that's probably the best fucking speech I've ever heard a game. That was really good.
That was great.
Man, you got me right in the heart. Like, I was like, wow, that was good. Is there anything else anybody wants to add to this before you
Lotus
try
says-
to persuade these guys?
You know, Ludus, you always say something stupid, but it's just dawned upon my mind. So there may be an alternative. You have all these different, I hate to call harpers and they're all the spies, but what if one of us will find out the location that they're gonna try to res Tiamat? What if
Someone knows.
Someone knows already.
No, no one knows.
no one knows?
No one knows. She said she didn't even know.
If we can find out the location, then we can get there
If we can just find out what the fortress is, we can take prisoners.
and we can stop it before it raises this.
I wish Rosmer didn't turn the dust when we beat the shit out of her.
And if we do this, then there won't be no Tiamat, and you won't need to ally yourself with this fire giant.
But if you could talk to Duke Zalto and give him a seat on the council, and not give him the elemental, maybe at least you can still find some monochrome of peace.
Alright. That's the only way he gets on the seat, is he don't get the primordial.
Well, you've got a divided house. Like, people are really agreeing with what you're saying. You do see people, they're beginning to talk amongst themselves and argue, give the primordial up. Some people are like, no, don't give the primordial. It's a very even mix of people
I
here.
don't know what I can give you as a servant. I truly don't. I would give anything. Everything.
What would it hurt to talk to him?
Who?
To Duke Zalto?
Lady Silverhand, she'll tell you none. But the issue here
Is the primordial.
exactly.
It's dangerous.
It's beyond dangerous. This is what Nevermember tells you. He's like, I've seen the thing myself. It is literally as big as a chapel, wider than an inn, and everything in its path burns. You do not know what you're asking for.
If, Luke says, I hear what the dwarfs are saying. If his machine cannot hold this thing and it gets out, we're fucked.
He's not using a machine to hold it. He's using
Well,
an artifact.
his artifact. If it is
An
not
iron
strong
flask.
enough to hold it,
Who has the iron flask?
He didn't give it to us.
Okay, he pulled it out. One of you guys took it.
I just pulled it out.
shit.
I guess I have. Shit.
Sure.
All we gotta do is touch it.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, all you gotta do is touch with it.
Yeah.
But can it hold it?
That's what I'm
the question.
saying. That's what Luda's saying right
I can't
now.
remember exactly what it is. I believe that iron flask can hold any like extraplanar being.
That's what she's saying right
The
now.
rumor tells you
If it was had a way to get out, it would
he was like,
fine.
I will do all I can to stop you from taking the primordial. And you see both Queen Twins of Gauntlgrym nod. He was like, do you know what it's like to be buried under ash? And I'm not talking like the snows of this winter. I'm talking literally 20, 30 foot of ash to dig yourself out and not see daylight. Because once you climb out, ash covers everything. It blocks the sun itself. Do you know what that's like? To know that the hand that's holding you is charred from the beast? To know that it's your parents? To know that everyone that cared around you is gone? Do you know what that's like? To know that living flame has raised all you've ever known?
I know what it's like to lose people.
I cannot pretend to know what that's like. I will not try to pretend to know what that's like.
You know what it's
I
like?
only know what it's like to be buried under the dead bodies of your kin, crawling, hoping for some kind of light at the end of the tunnel.
And would you ever wish for that to happen again?
I'm trying to stop that from happening again.
And so am I. I will not allow the beast to be released.
I do not blame you.
Who's rolling to aid whoever is rolling the...
I'll rotate.
Because this
To be
is...
fair, I have 3 inspiration. Yeah, 3 inspiration.
No, go ahead. I don't care.
Okay, I want to ask you something personally. Do you think you would really want to use an inspiration for this?
I don't know what we would do outside of this. Honestly, I don't know what else we can do, or doesn't know what else we can do.
That's how grave I want you to realize and how grim this thing is. This is far more than having the Zent at the table.
Yeah.
Is
I
the
mean,
purple
so would it be
dragon
right that if you failed to get a free reroll on it? I mean, game-wise, what you guys have led to this point, would it be fair to you guys to do such a thing?
If I roll a 1.
I will allow that. If you roll a 1, I'd let you reroll it.
Yeah.
Because you have made a pretty powerful speech.
Yeah.
So who is going to roll the dice for the persuasion, and who is going to roll dice to
You
aid?
have a +6 in persuasion.
Yeah, it'd be me for the persuasion.
Like I'll be rolling 8 anyway, so I
Is it-
can't even roll.
is
I
it-
can give him an inspiration, but
I forgot to ask, is the purple dragon I
Yeah, he's been talking about the dragons.
I'm gonna,
I would also.
I know we keep role playing this out, but I need to ask you a question.
Ask him.
Would this primordial even be able to hurt Tiamat?
Tiamat's a dragon of every color, immune to despair.
That's what I'm thinking.
He said, honestly, I do not know. Have you ever faced a god?
No.
He said, you have to not treat Tiamat as a dragon you
She's a
faced.
god.
She is beyond such a thing. And though I know the stories, this Megara, this primordial, that destroyed Neverwinter, he was like, the thing is a god amongst the world.
And sadly, we
So
never would
where's-
have to go this far if people would have believed us when we first came to this room.
So there's a chance if we did what we're wanting to do, there could be 2 evil gods out there.
He says, and listen, I believe in chance. It's all we have. I cast my vote first to take the primordial. Roll me your dice.
I'll be rolling for 8.
Okay, do the aid first.
Hey, oh,
Do I have my persuasion?
No, you just need a 10.
Alright,
Straight
yeah, I
to
got
10.
nothing on
I
that.
got 15. So.
Okay, now, Evan, I'm gonna let you decide. Would you much rather roll this with advantage, or would you rather have bonuses to your roll?
Me personally,
This is a decision that Luda will make on her own.
bonus of the roll.
Bonuses to roll, give you +4.
Because
2 for each one. It's old
all the
school.
other-
Old school 8.
I have the
Hey,
orange
another.
dice and I don't want to roll it.
All right. Hey, now I told you, can't use an inspiration on
No.
this unless it's a 1, and I don't think you're gonna roll a 1. Now,
I think it's plus 10.
Yeah, it's plus 10.
okay.
Roll 20.
Now this DC for all these people
I don't want to
varies.
know.
I wanna know.
A lot of this is
I wanna know.
very high.
I don't want to know it.
17. Well, it's not horrible, but it's not great.
Fucking A.
I don't think I got everybody.
You got it. We got almost nobody.
Varys and Ost cast their vote no. Varys does.
Where's
The battle hammers, no. Never remember.
Yeah.
No. Let's see here. Hornblade, no. Esteval's already said yes. Ulbo Ravenguard, yes. Haven Tree, no.
We've lost it. Just then.
Winterhound, yes, because he believes in the power of nature. Silverhand, no. King Melandrak, no. Acria, yes. Well, no, I got that backwards. Yeah, no one wants the Primordial. No one wants to. They don't want it. They don't want it released. So you've got a couple people that yay, most of everybody else is no.
Do you remember what Crowland said during the Battle of Silmarshes? None of these people helped them.
Aye.
But you do know there's somebody here that's
Yeah.
from there.
There is from there, but he did say that.
Okay.
They're united. They are united in this instance. Oh no.
Yes. Hey, well, what did Acria tell you? She said after today, after tomorrow, we'll be united.
Yeah.
She warned you. All right.
I'll tell them it would have never went this far if you guys would have listened the first time.
I just said that.
And then I'm just gonna walk out.
You leave.
Yeah.
Word.
We have a god to kill.
Leave too.
Aye.
What about you, Luda?
Walk up Leos and I gotta find out where they're resting this. That's their only option. And walk out.
Roland walks out with you guys. The slaves follow you guys. These freed slaves, they follow you out.
On the way out, I'm going to ask for all who want to stop Tiamat. We're probably doing a journey to our
You
death.
should ask if they're still open to Zalto's, like joining the council.
No, they never said they weren't
Yeah.
against
No.
it. They were against using the
They were against using
primordial.
Primordial.
So that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, I'm
Like, now
asking-
you have to. Now there has to be something there done with Zalto
Yeah.
to be like, hey, they don't want to let you do this.
I don't like this guy.
I'm saying right now that they're not going to let them do this. It's going to be more time consumed. Tiamat's going to rise.
No, it's almost guaranteed now.
We have to go find the location of where their resident are at. And I'm going to tell everybody.
Acrid knows where their base is.
Okay, by everybody, or do you mean everybody
I'm
here?
telling the whole damn council right now, since they are not going to allow this because of the possibility of destruction, I am going to try to find out where they're going to raise Tiamat, and anybody who wants to help me try to stop this guy from rising is more than welcome to come. The
Okay.
Greenfield Company invites everybody who's willing to fight this cause.
Are you leaving?
I'm going to see if anybody wants to come,
I tell you, that's what they're trying to do.
but we're going to go do it.
Too little, too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we take action.
That's
don't
what
sit
we've
around
been
and
doing.
discuss.
I
Yeah,
know a
but
lot of-
that's the whole thing. You're not the politics.
Yeah.
There's always politics when it comes to war.
We tried to warn them.
As you say this, though no one makes a move, you do see some people that look at you like that's the right thing to do. Like Esteval looks at you, you've got Haventree and Leosin, Varys and Ost. Like you do see people, and like, Salazar and Thea, Roland's parents, they do look at you like you're doing the right thing. But no one makes a motion to move. You do realize there are people that are agreeing with you right now.
Yeah. Time, the way the time is right now, I think it's always the best shot we got.
So you leaving too?
Yeah.
Where you guys going? For a drink?
I'll go back to the safe house and get my
I can't believe
mother.
I'm doing this.
We'll just go get some lunch and get a drink.
To prepare a spell.
I want to talk to the Zentarian chick. The tiefling. After she gets over the meeting.
She's at the meeting, okay.
Oh
So,
God, I can't believe I'm doing this.
So you guys are going to go back to safe house, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you leave. And when you leave, Roland's like, I'm sorry, but I can go no further.
That's fair.
He says, I feel with the Zentarum at the table, someone has to stay here.
Aye.
I need to watch over my parents. I cannot let anything that's happened to you, Vesper, happen to anybody that I care about. He's like, I have to watch over everybody
Good
for
effort.
us. I have
Don't
to
give
do
you
this.
strength, friend.
He said, and Torum give you strength. He's like, but when the war to T-Back comes, I'll be there.
Aye.
And gives you all a hug and bids you farewell. Now you're going to the safe house, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get your mother.
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna do?
I'm preparing a spell.
I need to talk to
What
these.
spell are you
Go
preparing?
ahead.
I'm preparing sending.
Sending to
Message someone.
who?
It's a secret.
Okay, well I need to know. Well, is it a secret from them?
It's from everybody.
Is it a secret from them too at the table?
It's gonna be hard to send a message as a secret from the DM.
Yeah.
It's not a secret from you, but maybe from them.
Get right down to it.
Well, I was gonna give it to them on break.
Okay, that's fine. I got that then. I just need to know, are you going with them?
Once I get the spell prepared, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And what are you guys doing?
It'll take 30 minutes.
I'll just get my mother and guess we'll go for a drink. Get some food. I mean, it's past lunchtime.
I always have to think. I need to walk. Keeps my mind clear. You're welcome to join me if you wish. It's up to you.
Need to talk to you guys.
Why don't you, okay, what do you need to talk to them about? And where are you talking to them at?
At the safe house.
Okay,
That went badly, but there is a
We did
Zentarian.
get a father giant to seat on the council.
There is a Zentarian that is in the worms. What are they called?
Warm speaker.
The worm speaker.
We know which one.
I'm going to do whatever she asks in exchange to find out who that is.
We
No.
know who that is. It's the blue one.
You don't make
Do we
it.
think it's a blue
We
one?
need the location. Give me the location before I do something stupid. Please.
The location of what?
Of where the stronghold is.
The stronghold?
Yes.
I don't know what's that yet.
She knows.
no. Yeah, she knows, yeah. She knows. She said she wouldn't give it away.
That's why I said I'm wondering.
Not, because she didn't want, it's best that no one knows until the time is right.
I can't read her mind, but you can.
I can.
And you,
See, all says she was making safe.
hey, she has equipment that doesn't allow any of that stuff.
All it takes is a ring of mind shielding.
Oh, see, that's simple.
That's
And you have
what-
learned, if anything you have learned here recently, the Zentarium, these guys right here are tricky.
I will say, it does work like radar though. Until you focus it onto somebody, which I think is fucking cool as shit.
Okay.
But it's not prepared.
So I'm trying to figure out a way quickly to find out where this blue dragon's at. Because
Okay.
we find out where he's at, we find out where
Whose
the
room are you in?
her room with her mom.
Okay. There's a knock on your door.
I'm gonna take out Sword of a Thousand Cuts, open the door.
Go away.
I was going to have Sir open the door.
Go
You open
away.
the door.
Yeah, I got my sword out.
The elf that was with Lady Silverhand is at the door, and she said,
Oh, shit.
I would like to speak with you. It's of importance.
Okay, I'll let her in the room.
Aye.
She tells you, I become on the behalf of Lady Silverhand.
She's the person I ordered.
we're in a time of dire need, as you can see. Though today the council came together more than what it has, there's still more options, more avenues we need to look down. And obviously, Leosin has proven to most of us on the council that you guys seem to be the outlet for such a thing.
We're just angry.
I don't know if I work.
I think I can fix that. She's like, the time is of the essence, and you cannot do this together. She's like, I need you guys to trust me.
Together.
Yes, you'll have to do this separately. Time is important.
What do you
She's like, to send you all at one place would be nothing but a disaster. You're going to have to do this quickly. He says, Lord Whitehammer, you spoke from the heart, and I was very impressed. She's like, I believe if you were to go to the dwarf home and talk to the king, he may see things your way. You remind me of him. You see things undifferently like most of your kind. You are very wise. If you were to go speak to him, I believe he would believe in you, and he would give you the primordial.
Either that or lock me in shackles for all eternity, but hey, there's worse things in the world.
Tells you, she says, Luda, I need you to come with me. I believe the way you speak and your words can bring us powerful allies. As you know, there's other councils out there that have already come together to prepare for this war. And those councils need this council. And I believe that you can do that.
All right.
Vesper, are you still going to do the thing that we talked about?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then she has nothing for you. She's you obviously deserve rest, peace. Please be with your mother and know that I watch over you. But please, time is of the essence. Luda, you must come with me. Ward, the twin queens await you.
Aye.
I turn to my family, the Greensfield Company. Say,
She
My
said-
family as well.
we shall meet again
She tells you, Ward,
soon.
the queens wait for you at Northgate.
I'll meet them immediately.
She says, please, with haste,
Walk out.
speak to Brunor and show him that you mean well.